Hi everybody, this is Barbara Drazga along with Shawn Mayo. Tonight we're going to talk to you about bundling, how to create profitable bundles that sell year-round on Amazon and beyond. So I've got a great presentation for you guys tonight. Go ahead and make sure you got a pen and a piece of paper and some water and no distractions. I just turned off the volume on my cell phone, and I encourage you to do the same and shut off all your social media, because I'm going to be asking you to interact with me in the chat. I'm going to give you some little assignments to do, because I find that when we learn something, we tend to remember it more if we get to implement it right away. So I'm going to give you my 6 points for how to create bundles that sell on Amazon. Here's what you're going to learn in this presentation. The number one thing you have to do before you create any bundles: how to find out what your competitors are selling and then do it better. How to plan your bundles before you spend any money on inventory. Don't go out and buy stuff without doing this planning step. How to discover wholesale and factory sources. How to keep competitors from hopping on your listing forever through customization. And then my secret to creating versions of your bundle for different fanatical niche markets. So here we go. What's my story? Why should you listen to me? I've been selling online since 1996 in various forms, and I've been selling on Amazon since 2015. I started with retail arbitrage. How many people started with retail arbitrage or are still sourcing retail arbitrage? So you know the challenges inherent in that model. And I got pretty tired after about 6 months of running from store to store to store to store, filling up my minivan and my and just, prepping myself and turning my living room into a warehouse. And it got old pretty quick, and I realized that I would max out what I could actually do if I kept doing retail arbitrage, and I wouldn't be able to build and scale a business. And my whole concept, and maybe some of you can relate to this, my whole idea behind having a business is I don't want to have myself just another job, working for myself. I want a business that is scalable and automated, relatively automated, and that I can outsource so that it makes money for me whether or not I've got a cold or I've broken my leg or what, right? I want it to still be able to generate money for me. And I realized that retail arbitrage was not a sustainable business model. And then Amazon started changing some of their rules, and that made it even more important for me to get off of RA. So that's basically my background. Why did I choose bundles? So I moved into wholesale quickly from RA directly to wholesale sourcing, and I've done really well with it. But then I realized that there was a lot of seller saturation, price tanking, fighting for the buy box and brand restrictions. And I discovered that if I could create these product bundles that people actually wanted, not just throwing stuff together, but really create bundles that people wanted and needed and would just hit the buy box because I did such a great job researching their needs and their wants, then it was basically like private labeling, like having my own private label, but with smaller scale and without having to spend $20,000 on a container of one product. So I could test things by buying a dozen, for example, and putting together a bundle that I only sent in a dozen to test the concept. Amazon is more and more going to favor brand owners, and you are a brand owner. When you create bundles, that bundle is yours, all right? That's under your brand. So as you bring new products to the Amazon marketplace in the form of a bundle of products, Amazon likes brand owners, and they'll give potentially more juice to your listings over somebody who's just selling one product with 100 other sellers. And then you can control your listing details. If you create the listing the right way, if you create the product bundle the right way, you can lock down that bundle so that nobody else can compete against you, so you own your listing. And I like to be able to control as many aspects of my business as possible so that I reduce risk. So here's my unique approach to bundling. Go ahead and get a pen and a piece of paper, because this is going to go fast, and I want to make sure that everybody who's on here tonight gets something that they can go and implement right after the webinar. So a lot of times people who teach bundling are teaching you to go find a product and put a bunch of other products with it. And they rarely touch on understanding your target market. So my model is flip-flopped. I believe in customer-centric approach right out of the gate, understanding your market before you source one product, before you buy any product. And how many people have had the experience of throwing products into Amazon, or maybe you've done a little bit of bundling and it doesn't sell and you have to pull it back off of Amazon and figure out what to do with it? Well, again, I like to control as much as I can in my business. So if I reduce the risk of a bundle by really doing research as to who buys this, why do they buy it, and what else do they buy, and what do they need, what else do they need when they buy this, and I do that upfront research, I increase the chances of my bundles being, first, selling at all, and second, being profitable. So you want to identify passions and problems of your target market, and you want to identify the competition that's selling to that target market. So you are not going to have, if you do it right, any competition selling exactly what you're bundling, but you will have other sellers selling a product to that same desired target market. So you want to find out what they're selling to that market, and then you want to build and evaluate some bundle concepts, identify wholesale and private label and custom suppliers, competition proof your bundle, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in the webinar. Test and refine that bundle at low quantities so that you can ramp up. Market, you can drive your own traffic off Amazon. And in the Bundle Masterclass, I teach you how to, we have an entire module on how to drive traffic from off Amazon sources like Pinterest and Facebook, for example. And then you can automate and delegate the creation of your bundles, and then you lather, rinse, and repeat when you find a bundle that works. So some people who are in the Bundle Masterclass that you may actually recognize their names is Anita Breeze, who actually has an ebook on bundling for the Canadian market. And she is a Canadian, and she knows a ton about bundling, and she is now a student in the Bundle Masterclass. And Debbie Tremblay, also, she's you'll see her a lot in the groups. She is very knowledgeable at Amazon, and she is a student of the Bundle Masterclass. So step one, you want to do niche market research. So you want to know your market before sourcing. And if you see this fun little image on this right-hand side of my screen, you'll see this dude dressed up like a unicorn costume. It's really hilarious. But if you did a little bit of research on the unicorn keyword, you'll see that there are a lot of passionate people, not just for kids. There are women who do unicorn-themed marriages, right? So their weddings are all unicorn themed, for example. So it's not just for kids. And so we're going to use this fanatical niche market just because it's fun as kind of the example throughout the webinar. You'll hear me refer to unicorns quite a bit. So you want to identify passions and problems. So a passion would be somebody who loves the image of a unicorn, and a problem could be someone who maybe they have insomnia, or maybe it's a woman over 50 with insomnia. That's a real niche market, right? So the problem that they want to solve is that they can't sleep, or they can't get a good night's sleep. So you could potentially do, and that was off the top of my head, you could potentially do a bundle of, and maybe they like all natural products. So if you did a bundle of all natural products for women over 50 who have insomnia, that could be a good, now I'm not saying go do this, but you should go research it, because this was off the top of my head. It might be a valid market, it might not, but you can go play with it. So you want to niche down what their problem is and their passion is by conducting deep keyword research. And I use a couple of tools. I use Merchant Words, Scope, Google Trends, Predictive Search, and then a new one came out, Viral Launch. Viral Launch just came out with a keyword tool that I haven't played with yet, but these are just some of the tools you can use to do keyword research. And then you want to look for niches that you can combine, high volume keywords. I call them mashups. So a high volume keyword could be weddings. That's you're gonna a lot of traffic with people searching for wedding planning or wedding party supplies or some wedding decorations, right? And then people who love unicorns, a lot of keyword searches for that. But if you mash up those two keywords and you put wedding decorations, unicorn wedding decorations, then you get both of those markets, and you double the overlap. You kind of double your keyword research. I call those mashups. So here's some types of bundles with unicorns, and I just looked these up a couple of days ago. They were kind of fun. Types of bundles: gift bundles, solution bundles, project kits, ready to give, decoration kits, bulk products, classroom. There are so many types of bundles you can do, and these are a couple that have to do with unicorns. This here is a tape dispenser, and I think this is called washi tape or washi tape, which is like this. This is a fanatical niche market. People who like this tape, they do scrapbooks and calendars and planners and stuff, but then they put it together with this really cool unicorn tape dispenser. So what other tape dispensers could you get? What other images that people like? A specific type of dog, like a poodle, or a chicken, or an owl, some other image, right? What else could you source and then put some tape together that went with that theme? And this is an example of a baby bundle. So this one here is this little unicorn plush, and then it's got a baby blanket and some baby wipes and this cute little baby basket that you can hold stuff in. That's an example of a gift bundle. And then over here is a party bundle. So it's got a couple of balloons, a lot of balloons, and it looks like a banner and some other cute things all around. And it's a party decoration bundle. for the themed of unicorns. Okay, so a lot of people talk about bundles. When they talk about bundles, they talk about creating bundles just for holidays. They're called seasonal bundles. So New Year's and Easter and Valentine's, those are kind of, you know, normal run of the Halloween. These are the ones you think of. But there are other kind of seasonal bundles. So seasons would be like back to school season or camping season or pool season or traveling season. But I believe, at least for my business, that it's most important to create evergreen bundles. So I have a base of income year round. And then if I want to add seasonal bundles during these holiday times or seasonal times, I can add those for pops of income. But I want to create, my goal is to create seasonal bundle or evergreen bundles that will sell year round because they're not tied to Valentine's Day, for example. And then, like I said, I can always, and this is what I want for you too, so that you have regular income from your Amazon account, and then you can focus on doing some seasonal bundles throughout the year if you wanted to. So let's brainstorm in the chat box. Talk to me about what you're passionate about. What are your hobbies? What are some of the crazy things that you just love and can't figure out why, and your friends tease you about it, and they're like, what? You like that? Go ahead and put that in the chat. Tell us what you're passionate about. I'm going to come over to the chat here and see who's saying what. Remember, I'm going to make you guys interact just a little bit. Okay, so some things, let's just talk about some hobbies that usually show up. Gardening, basketball, solar energy, walking, Lakers. Okay, so what I'm going to encourage you to do is with these ideas, I want you to niche it down. So for instance, basketball, how could you niche that down? Well, obviously you can niche it down by teams, but there are restrictions to selling, you know, teams, sports teams memorabilia. Those are licensed products. But how about during football season, they have, during the Super Bowl, they have the puppy bowl, right? So how about a basketball play bundle for puppies? Off the top of my head, how much fun would that be? So now it's basketball for puppies. Of course, we need to validate that product. Remember what I said about customer-centric research, and just because I think it's funny doesn't mean it will sell, but then you can go off and validate that product. But then you have a mashup of people who love puppies, people who like to play with puppies, and a game, basketball, that they can do with their puppies, right? Or how about basketball for parrots, right? You have this little game bundle with these two little, you know, basketball things set up, and this little ball that parrots can, you know, play basketball. I don't know, something like that, right? So you get people who like parrots and people who like basketball. So Joanne, likes walking, socks, sneakers, ankle support. Okay, this is great. So Joanne has said that walking is one of her hobbies, but look how she niched this down. She gave us some ideas of, as a walker, what do you need? How about a walking sticks too, anti-chafing, Fitbit, right? So the problem that she might solve with someone who does like professional walking, like there are these walk racers, right? Could be a bundle that would keep their feet clean and dry, and you know, maybe a first aid kit for walkers or something like that. Bird feeding, gardening, awesome. So with the bird feeding and the gardening, I would niche that down even more. How about bird feeding for hummingbirds? Gardening, how about for Christmas I bought myself one of these arrow gardens so I could grow herbs in my kitchen, and that quickly went off to, you know, putting catnip in there and trying lettuce. And so how about arrow gardening or gardening for small spaces, small apartments, right? So just some ideas. Thank you guys for playing in the chat. You're awesome. I love your ideas. Keep them going. Fairy gardens, there you go. Beach, dogs, basketball. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, is to find things that people are passionate about, or discover and brainstorm things that people are passionate about, but also problems that they need solved. So number two, after you've kind of brainstormed some ideas and you've picked maybe one, let's say you wanted to go with people who like unicorns and want to have a wedding, right? You want to do competitive research. By competitive research, I mean you want to identify what's already being sold on Amazon with the keywords that you're trying to get. So you want to see when somebody types in unicorn wedding supplies, you want to see what comes up, because you're not going to create a Me Too bundle. You're going to see what comes up and maybe what's missing in those bundles, right? So you want to see in the reviews what people are saying, that, well, I love this bundle, but I wish it also had this, or it didn't do that, or I like it, but you know, this could have been better. And that's going to allow you to identify the holes in the market and the weaknesses in the products, and also the weaknesses in the listings. If the listings aren't that good, but they're still converting, they're still making a ton of money, if you could bring something similar to the market, but do a listing that is completely optimized. And in the Bundle Masterclass is an entire module with multiple lessons on how to completely optimize your listing, from photos to writing copy to doing keyword research. And then you want to identify the sales volumes for products in your niche, because if nobody's searching, you know, if you have some niche so small, but not enough people are searching for it, it might not make sense for you to create a bundle, because it's just not enough call for it. And we are in business to make money, so we want to make sure that there's a lot of people out there looking for, enough people out there looking for something that we might want to put together. So step 3, make your bundle irresistible. By that I mean I want people to get to my listing. First, when I show up in the search terms and I'm competing against eyeballs for all those other listings, my photograph has to make them want to click through more than my competition. And then when they get to my listing, the photos are so amazing and the headline's so amazing and the bullet points really hit to what are the features and benefits, why should they buy this, and my description tells a story that gets them emotionally involved and wants to buy. I want them in their head to think, so shut up and take my money, hit the buy box. You want to create an added value experience with your bundle. So when they get the bundle and they open it up, you want that wow factor, right? You want them to open up that box or see the packaging and say, wow, this is beautiful. So it's kind of the added little emotional, you want to give them zero reason to give you a negative review and every reason in the world to give you a positive review. And you can do that subtly just by the way that you treat them as a customer and by how you present your product. Your initial passion and problem research is going to reveal what the customer wants and needs. Make it unique. So don't do me too products, do what everybody else is doing, but really make it unique. For example, one of the things I did with the bundle I had, I sold puppets, these plush puppets, and it was 6 hand puppets. I'm sorry I don't have one in my office, but 6 different animals. And we put an adoption certificate with the animals that we created, and we printed it out on this nice paper with like a gold gilding around it that the kids could hang on the wall and they could name their puppets. And then the packaging was actually this box we had. It was just a regular box, but we printed air holes on it. So it was implied that when you go and you adopt a puppy or a kitten, you have this box that you take home with the puppy in it, and it's got air holes so it can breathe. Well, we had those air holes printed, so it felt like they were adopting these little puppets. And then when you put the box on its side and fold in the flaps, it became a puppet theater. So we made the packaging part of the experience, part of the product. So that was making it unique. Over-deliver, packaging, inserts. Ask the right questions when you're thinking of creating a bundle. And here's the wrong question. What else can I throw in this bundle just to make it unique? Because you're not thinking from a customer-centric standpoint. What you want to ask yourself is, what else does my ideal buyer want or need? And that's what determines what goes into your bundle. So here's some do's and don'ts. Don't do a Me Too product. That's a lazy seller, and that's just not the way to build a business. Think of it again, if you take off your seller's hat and you put on your hat of I am my ideal customer, right? And you think from their perspective. Do something that's going to wow them. Don't just copy what everybody else is doing. Stuffing, throwing in something completely unrelated to the content of the bundle in order to make it competition proof does not add value to the bundle, and it's just wasted space. Don't create a non-optimized listing where you just throw up a listing but you don't take the time to really create great photos. And there's a bunch of free tools out there to help you create photos and also get your photos done professionally, like the background stripped out for just $5. Not enough margin. So we are in this to make money. This is a business. So you have to have your criteria. My criteria is no less than, and sometimes I break this, but I want $10 net. After all my Amazon fees, my prep fees, my mailing fees, I want to put in my pocket $10. And I might go down to $8 if the volume is big enough. And then overthinking things and perfectionism are kind of like, you know, cousins of the same thing, and that's like a self-sabotage thing. When we find ourselves overthinking, making a decision and pulling the trigger and just doing it, and we consistently overthink things so we don't take action, that's what stumps us in our business. There is risk involved in doing business and growing a business. So gather a bunch of information, but when you're ready, just go ahead and pull the trigger and make it happen and jump in and start. And you're going to learn from that experience, so there is no failure. It's just learning. If something doesn't work, you've learned what to do and not to do, and then you do it better next time. And then perfectionism, of course, it's everything's got to be perfect. Well, it doesn't, because you need to test what you're doing and then get feedback. Okay, I could do this a little bit better. I can do the packaging better next time, right? After you've tested it. So let's slide into what a pour bundle looks like. So here's just one example of a pour bundle, and I don't know if you guys recognize it. If you guys go to Dollar Tree, you'll notice these hearts that are only sold around Valentine's Day at the Dollar Tree, right? So there's maybe 2 bags. That's $2, right, for these hearts. And then the stickers, again, Valentine's Day only. So first, they can't buy this stuff again until the following year, maybe. So they've not made this evergreen at all. And I can't figure out what their target market is, right? Dog, cats, raccoons, bears, birds, animal stickers, bundle, Valentine's foam. So the rank, of course, is almost $1 million, and they're losing money on it. They're selling at $3.07. It costs them $1, $2, $3, $4 plus prep and ship. They're so losing money on this. This is what not to do. They didn't think about their customer first. There was no rhyme or reason to, who are they selling this to and why would somebody buy this and what else would they buy? But let me show you, I'm going to give you some good news now, right? That it is totally easy to fix something like this. Here's an example of a good bundle. No, I'm sorry, a great bundle. I love this bundle, this listing here. So not just the bundle, but how they did the listing. So they did this nylon bag, and I'll show you in a minute where you can get nylon bags with anything printed on it. I'll show you that in a minute. But they printed their brand name on this nylon bag, and then they have these resistance straps and some great lifestyle pictures and of it being, feature pictures. They just did an amazing job on this listing. But then in their listing, look at the keywords they did. They put, resistance training, physical therapy, home workouts, carrying bags. So they put keywords in here for different target markets. So they're doing a mashup of fitness and different target markets. And then, of course, their bullet points are fabulous, right? They just did an amazing job building out. They're giving the customer so much information, relevant information, plus relevant bundle pieces, that it's no wonder that this is an amazing, great selling bundle. Okay, so you've got an example of a bundle, don't do that, and a bundle, this is what it looks like, this listing. So let's talk about where you're going to get your products, because after you do your market research and you do your competitive research, you got to buy product eventually, right? So I believe in having, like I said, Evergreen bundles requires that I need to be able to get those products for the bundle regularly. So if that bundle takes off and starts selling, the first dozen go out the door in a couple of days, and then I send in, 50 of them, they go out the door in a week, I need to be able to replenish the products in that bundle to keep feeding the beast, to keep feeding Amazon, right? So I asked this viability question when looking at suppliers. Do I have long-term access to my bundle's products? So where can you source? Retail stores, RA, wholesale, which is one of my favorite ways to source, of course, is wholesale. Liquidation, I will sometimes do liquidation if I can buy a large quantity of a product that can be a base for multiple bundles. So it might be like a specific type of, I don't know, let's say a microphone, all right, since it's in front of me, a microphone. And I want to create 3 different bundles from this microphone, one for professionals, one for college students studying broadcasting, one for moms who are doing mom blogs, right? And I have 3 different target markets, and the bundle pieces are different for each market, but the microphone is the one thing I use throughout all 3 bundles. Then I might do a liquidation where I buy out, 2,000 of these from a liquidation, but then I have enough of that base product to do multiple bundles from. So you can have the stuff manufactured, AliExpress, Alibaba, manufacture, and don't stop with China, guys. You can manufacture in India, Mexico, Canada, US, Taiwan, anywhere in the world. There are manufacturers everywhere. And Google is your friend. To find those manufacturers, you just Google what you want and manufacturer or factory or wholesale or private label or white label. And I'll show you a couple of examples in just a second on how you can do that. So brand owners who will white label. So there are a lot of brand owners who have a product that they'll let you put your label on their product or even on the box, right? It's generic enough that you can put your company name or your brand name on that box. Etsy is a great place to find suppliers for custom-made products. So for something that's so unique, this lady thought it up in her garage. She's making this cool wood piece thingy, right, that nobody's seen. You can actually order wholesale from Etsy. There's a whole wholesale program that you have to apply for, but you can order wholesale from Etsy. And then local stores. Just go into a local store and look at a label. If you see a product that would be perfect for the bundle you've already conceptualized and done research on, you can just look at the back of the box and find out who manufactures it or who distributes it, and then go to their web. Google is your friend. Go to their web, find them on Google, go to their website, and sign up for a wholesale account. Okay, so here's some examples. I just went to Google and I typed in wholesale plush, and right at the top of the search results was this company. And in fact, I was trying to build out, I was building out a bundle that had a shark theme, so I needed plush sharks. So here's a plush shark in here. Now I have to buy like a multiple of these. Like they come in a bundle of 5 others. But what if I just bought a bunch of these, used the shark with my shark bundle, and then did a bundle of these 5 other guys, and that's the bundle with an adoption certificate, right? So it's Joissu, JOISSU.com, and all I did was Google wholesale plush. Here's another example. I typed into Google private label baking supplies, and I found right on the first page this Clabber Girl. Says you can build your company's brand equity and value with your own branded baking ingredients. Clabber Girl private label products are available in a wide range of ingredients, sizes, and packaging. And then this other one over here, Traditional Baking Inc. in California. For clients that do not require their own recipe, we have private label cookie options available. So they have like cookie baking boxes, with cookie dough, not the dough stuff, but the box stuff, right? But they can put your label on it, so it looks like it's and what if you put a bundle together of unicorn cookie mix, and then put a bunch of the cupcake or unicorn cupcake mix, right? Put your little unicorn logo on it that you have somebody make on Fiverr, and then you put little cupcake liners with unicorns on them and a few other things, and there you have a baking kit for unicorns as your brand on it. Another example. So around kitchen organization, and this is going to be an example of how you can create different versions, different variations of the same exact product. So let's say you want to put together a bundle for kitchen organization tools for kids who are going to college and they're going to be living in a student dorm. That's a niche market, right? So usually it's the girls who will spruce up the kitchen. So what you could do is these 3 different items. So you've got this little soap holder for the sink, and you have these little towel holders plus the towels, and then you have these hooks. But you notice how they're different colors. So if you order, but you can order pink, yellow, or blue. So you could do the exact same bundle with these 4 pieces, because you're going to put a couple of towels in there too. But you make this the pink bundle, then another variation of yellow, all of them in yellow, and then a third variation of the same products in blue, right? So that's an example of 1 bundle, but 3 variations. Okay, so let's competition-proof your bundles. How do you lock down your bundles so somebody else can't go and buy all the stuff that you buy and put it in a bundle and hop on your listing? Well, you want to source from various suppliers. So you'll get your bundle items from different places, and then you want to create a unique packaging like we talked about a couple of examples earlier, and then create a custom piece that you'll put in there. And you can get custom pieces created. You go to Fiverr.com, you go to Upwork.com, FreeUp, FREEEUP.com. There's tons of places you can have custom pieces created to put in your bundle. And then you can put a printed gift bag or carry bag, and I'm going to show you some sources for that in just a second. So that, and instead of putting your logo on the bag, you could put like a unicorn image that you have designed and own the rights to on that bag as well, and really lock it down. Okay, so think promotional companies. How do we customize? Promotional companies carry, if you look on the right-hand side, all these categories here, from calendars and home and kitchen and pets and candy and health and safety and apparel and pens and office supplies. And what a promotional company is have you ever gone to a trade show and you pick up pens and they have the company's name on it, and you get pens off of, or USB ports or little pop-it thingies right off of the vendors' tables? They get those from promotional companies. But who's to say you have to have a logo printed on a pen? Couldn't it be a pen where you just have the image of a bunch of unicorns? Right? So if you sticking with the unicorn theme, let's say we did a unicorn back to school bundle, but it was just desk accessories. But all the desk accessories were unicorn related. So you could have, just using this example, we've got the cell phone holder here, and these earbuds with a carry case. Right, so you could even do a generic kind of cell phone accessory pack. That's just another idea I just came up with, so run with it, somebody. You do the pop-it socket, the earbuds, and the cell phone holder, but you put a unicorn image that you create on, and own on all 3 of these, for example. So here's some more ideas of how to customize your bundle from promotional companies. You can put water bottles in there, but again, think beyond putting a logo and actually put, like, you can put a fun saying on there like, I heart unicorns, with a unicorn image that you have created. Or, you know, I drink unicorn juice. Oh, that would be fun, right? So how about like a yoga bundle for people who like unicorns, and it's got little snack boxes with the unicorn on it, and it's got a water bottle that says I heart unicorn, I drink unicorn juice, right? So you can have so much fun. Again, somebody run with that that workout bundle for unicorn lovers, because I think there's some potential there, right? So here's all sorts of ideas of things that you can just put an image on to lock down your listing. All right, step 6, here's the final step. You want to maximize your bundle concepts, like we talked about with the kitchen example. Create various versions for fanatical nichers. So if you have a bundle for like a workout bundle, but you have a version for unicorn lovers, a version for owl lovers, a version for dog lovers, a version for chicken lovers, right? But it's all the same thing, all the same products, but maybe the main piece is different based on what they're, you know, or maybe the image, the only thing that's different is the image. Allows you to negotiate your best prices for the main item, so I can buy higher quantity. If I have a main item that I'm using across 5 different bundles, now I'm buying 5 times the amount of that main item, so I can go back to my supplier and say, look, I want to replace my order, but I want 5 times the amount. What's the best price you can give me? And, you know, can I get free shipping on that too? So you can negotiate the price down when you buy higher quantities. And it's faster and easier to prep because you can set up a whole assembly line if you're not using a prep company, which I recommend when you get to a certain volume to use a prep company. But it's easier and faster to prep if you have just, you know, one bundle item, you know, one of each item, as opposed to, you know, 5 different, completely different bundles. And then you can leverage the variations on your listings. So are you guys having fun yet? I know I went really fast. I hope you were taking notes. I'll make sure that there's a replay up so you can re-listen to it. But put in the chat that you're having fun. If you have any questions, go ahead and shoot them over there. Are you having fun yet? I'm going to come over to the chat and say hi to you guys real quick. I'm going to stop the share so you can see me. And I know you guys are a little bit overwhelmed, but I just wanted to make sure I was giving you a ton of information during this hour. And you could leave here with at least one idea that you can implement right away, or one new idea that you can go play with. So Wendy says, so fun. Joanne, fun. I'm just going to look at some of these questions here. Yes, Wendy, we know we do need business insurance, and we can cover that in another webinar. Love kitchen organization. I need it myself. Me too. I'm going to capture, I drink unicorn juice. Somebody make a t-shirt. Anybody in here in merch shirts? Somebody make a t-shirt for I drink unicorn juice, or I, you know, fill in. Take that concept and go, you know, branch out, and I do whatever, unicorn, whatever, right? And go brainstorm and have some fun with that, because I think that's brilliant. Even just, can you do like a coffee mug that says I drink unicorn juice or whatever? So lots of fun here. Love it, me. Lots of info. Thank you. Also fun. Hey, you know what? If it's not fun, I'm in business, yes, to make money and build a business. But if I'm miserable all the time, how many of you would agree that it's kind of insane to do something for however many years of your life that you absolutely detest doing, but you do it just for the money, and maybe the money's okay, but it's like you have to do it, but it doesn't make you happy? I had a milestone birthday about a month ago, and, you know, the days ahead of me are fewer than the days behind me. So I want to make every day where I'm having fun doing what I'm doing, and it's not going to be every day. You know, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. To stick with that theme, you guys are going to be sick of unicorns, but I'm done with this. But, you know, whatever you're going to spend the most of your time on, why not have fun with it? So I do have fun doing my trainings, my webinars, and I wanted to share with you right now, if you had fun with this, is even more fun in the Bundle Masterclass. It is a self-guided, but there also is a live Facebook group where we hold everybody's hand and we answer questions and have a lot of fun, and there's exercises. So the Bundle Masterclass is like 42 different videos, and I'm adding more. I've got 6 more I'm adding in the next 4 weeks on new topics. As I learn new things, I bring them into the Bundle Masterclass, and you get lifetime access. So you get all of the lessons and all of the modules that are in there now, plus everything I add ad infinitum, you know, throughout the end of time. Now, I am an active Amazon seller. I am a practitioner. I am not, you know, there are a lot of folks who kind of sell training, but that's all they do. They don't sell on Amazon anymore and haven't for a while. So I believe in kind of walking the talk. So if I'm gonna go out and invest in my education and learn a bunch of stuff, I'm gonna bring it back to you guys and add it to the Bundle Masterclass, and you'll have access to all of that. 42 lessons, exercises. I think there's more than 42 now because I keep adding stuff to it. Checklist. There's even a suppliers list of I think I'm going to say it's like 500 suppliers or of wholesale suppliers that you can start kind of looking through and getting ideas. You learn everything I just told you and then some, because I don't know everything. And if anybody ever says to you, oh, I know it all, you know, run, right? So there's so much I don't know, but I have friends who know a lot more than I do and are really smart people. And I invite them in to do like things that I'm not very good at, like photography. I do okay with it. But there are 2 entire lessons, 2 hours worth of training on how to create really optimized photographs, but how to stage your photographs so psychologically you're increasing people's, they makes their eye go over to the buy box. There's all these little tricks that you can do with your photos. And I have a guy who runs a photography company, and he did 2 full lessons. So there are several lessons in there from people like Rachel Miller, the Facebook ads, Facebook pages, Moolah Marketer, and Teresa Rose on Pinterest, and the Ace Inspector and Scope Seller Labs. Tyler came in and did 2 full lessons on doing keyword research and optimizing your listings. So I bring some of my expert friends in to do some of the trainings as well. So it's not just me. You get access to all these people who have really in-depth knowledge that's going to help you be not just a better bundler, but a better Amazon seller. So the course structure, you get live video presentations like this, and I try to mix it up because everybody learns differently. And then I do these show and tell videos, which are like super fun because we get on Google, you ask me questions, and I start showing you, okay, let's go down this rabbit hole. Let's start with unicorns and see where it takes us. And sometimes very often, we end up on a totally different, like down a rabbit hole somewhere, and we've generated ideas for a couple of dozen different bundle. You saw it in this webinar. Off the top of my head, I started generating, like, here's a niche market idea, here's a bundle idea. That was completely free flow. Well, I do entire, like, hour-and-a-half long videos that are in the course, just like this, with me doing idea generation and you looking over my shoulder of how I validate these ideas and then how I find products for the bundles. Interviews with industry leaders, workshops, checklists, exercises. At the end of many of the lessons, I'm going to give you an exercise to do because that helps you learn better when you do an exercise. And then you share in the group the outcome of the exercise so we can give you feedback and help you get better at it. Lifetime access to the Facebook group. There's over 300 fellow bundlers in there. Lifetime access to the course, revised, updated, and a printable bundle planner journal that you can take with you and jot down on your ideas. You get, this is one of the videos I showed with my puppets, right? And you can, that's in the Bundle Masterclass. And then here's the bundle planner, private Facebook group. And then here's what I found. So I learned Amazon myself, and it took me a while, and I made mistakes, and it cost me money by not having a coach way back in the day when I first started. So in hindsight, I wish I had somebody's system that I could follow, somebody's program that would just do step by step. Taking uninformed action and just like throwing something up there without really having a process cost me money. If you don't do bundling right, if you do something silly like buy some third-party UPC code, which, by the way, you may not use anymore, you have to use something called a GTIN exemption. Well, I know this. And a lot of people who are teaching bundling are saying, oh, yeah, just buy third-party UPC codes. Well, it's my goal to keep you safe and keep you profitable. So getting suspended by Amazon because you're breaking rules, because somebody doesn't really care about your business, that's not how I roll. I want you to be successful. So it costs money. You know, if you get suspended from Amazon, you got to pay someone potentially to help you get unsuspended. Live events can be really costly to attend. I know I attend a lot of them. I'm headed to a copywriting workshop that is a $2,000 event next week with Perry Belcher in Vegas. I'm very excited. But I invest, it'll be like $3,500 with all of my expenses, and I invest in my education, and then when I learn something that applies to bundling, I bring it back and put it in the course. So basically, you're getting all of the events I go to. I'm going to China. I'm going to Shanghai in September. I'm doing more private label. I bring that information as it relates to bundling and put it in the course for you for no extra price. High-end courses can be $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $8,000 for a high-end course, right? So here you have the support of other we call them master bundlers. When you get through the end of the course, you have the, in fact, I should probably put together a graduation certificate. I think I will do that. So when you get through all of the modules and all the lessons, you have the moniker called a master bundler, and we should get a t-shirt made that I am a master bundler, and we'll do a merch shirt on that probably. So you can become a master bundler and learn from all of these other people who are very interactive in the group. So it's not just me answering questions, it's other people as well who have had their own experiences and bring their own knowledge to the group. So we're going to give you a bonus on this webinar. You get the spreadsheet of the top 100,000 ASINs in 23 categories that you can use to get bundle ideas and even to source wholesale. You also get bundle swag. This week I created bundle swag. Kiss me, I'm a bundler. You get this mug and you get a t-shirt. You have to email. Now I have limited quantities of the mugs. I wasn't sure how they were going to order, so I ordered just a small amount of them, but we'll try them out. So I have limited quantities, so you've got to register to get one of these suckers. And then I'll create a merch shirt called Kiss Me, I'm a Bundler, and there's going to be a female and a male version, because this is a non-gender related training. So you get all this. You get the Bundle Masterclass, lifetime access to that, and the private Facebook group, plus the top 100,000 ASINs on Amazon, a spreadsheet listing all of the data for those ASINs, plus you get swag. So let's do the math here. If you were to create, and by the way, I have a goal to create 10 new bundles every single month. Every month. And I'm pretty prolific with my idea generation, so that's fairly easy for me to do, and I can teach you how to do that too. 10 bundles, 10 new bundles a month. Let's say out of all the bundles I have, I've got 10 bundles that average net $10 each, and I sell 50 a month of each, just 50. That's like 13 a week, right? That equals $5,000 net monthly profit after prep fees, shipping fees, Amazon fees. I am netting $5,000 a month just on 10 bundles, which is $60,000 net annually. Now, what if you had 20 bundles? What if you had 100 bundles, right? That you could get, that you did the right way, that you could get $10 net on, even $8 net on, right? And just ramp up and scale up and have 100 profitable bundles on Amazon. What would that look like in your business? So let's do the math. After that math, you could spend thousands of dollars for like a high-end course, or $3.99 for the bundlemasterclass.com/Mayo. You get all of those cool bonuses. You must register by next Thursday, June 14th, 2018, in order to get the bonuses. And like I said, those the mugs, I only have limited quantities on those mugs. So go ahead and you can register at bundlemasterclass.com/Mayo to get all those bonuses. And let me shoot over to the chat here and see what kind of questions we have and see if I can answer a few of those questions. And remember, go to facebook.com/groups/DealDiva, and you can ask more questions in there, and I'll take time later tonight and tomorrow and answer even more questions. Yes, I'm in the chat now. Yes, there's lots of info in there. I know I went really fast, Anna. So I'm still using third-party UPC codes. Ouch. So leading it, yes. So here's the problem. Okay, so when you use UPC codes, you are playing Russian roulette with Amazon. So I'm a big girl about following Amazon's TOS, and I will always teach you to follow Amazon's TOS. So when you try to use a UPC code, recently they started popping up this little red box with this, warning sign, warning, Will Robinson, danger, Will Robinson, not to use third-party UPC codes. So what you do is you apply for a GTIN exemption for that category and that bundle that you're creating, and then you're good to go. It's legal. You have no potential problems with Amazon, right? So what Wendy also said, I don't sell 13 a month of anything. Oh my gosh, Wendy, easy peasy. If you just throw stuff up on Amazon, no, not going to happen, right? When you do it the right way and you start with customer-centric research and really get into the head and the heart of who would buy your product, what is their passion, and what is their problem that you can solve. And then you create a bundle that really zeroes in on solving their problem or feeding their passion. You can get ranked without even doing pay-per-click ads. You can have that thing selling quickly if you do the work up front. And that's what I teach you in the Bundle Masterclass. So let's see what else we have, what other questions we have here. So lots of great ideas. Thank you. Kitchen organization. Yes, I love kitchen. So I like, Wendy said that she needs kitchen organization herself. So when you hear somebody say something, man, I really need that XYZ, ask more questions. If we had time, I would be interviewing Wendy saying, so what do you need to organize in your kitchen? Is it your pantry? Is it your pots and pans? When do you find, what time of day do you find you most need the organization? Is it when you're creating lunches for your kids, or is it dinner time, and what is the layout of your kitchen, and what would be make you more efficient in that kitchen. So I would ask her a bunch of questions and do a survey so I could really understand what it is Wendy needs to organize. And then I can create a bundle that solves her problems, right? Okay, so that's just one idea of how to use surveys, and I teach all that in the course. You go to bundlemasterclass.com/Mayo to get all these really cool bonuses. Any more questions in here? What are the standard FBA fees? What's a good markup? So those questions are a little bit more involved, and you can find out Amazon fees by if you create a listing for your bundle after you have measured it and you weighed it and you put all that the data into Amazon. It'll tell you what the fees are going to be. But I usually go by a rule of thumb of 1/3. So if you want to sell something for $12, then your fees are going to be, 1/3 of that, $4. But that's just kind of like a thumb. And Amazon changes their fees all the time. It depends how big and how heavy something is, and what their fee structure is, and what the category is, and whether or not they're having a deal on their fees, and what time of year it is. Because your fees are going to go up during fourth quarter. So it's one of those questions when you ask a lawyer a question, they say, it depends as their answer. That's my answer to you. It depends. But you can do all that research up front before you even send anything into Amazon. No, Joanne's asking, is it best to avoid oversized items? No, it depends. No, it's not. So if you bundle a $6 cost, what should the sales price be? Well, Guillermo, what I like to, like I said, I like to net $10 each. So if my cost for a bundle is $6 and I want to net, 10, I'm at 16. So the fees can't, maybe are $8, 6 plus 10, but 8. I'm just boilerplate. 6 plus 10 plus 6, right? So it's got to sell for $22, right? And that's just, again, off the top of my head. But that's why I have a bundle planner, because there's a calculator in the bundle planner that helps you find out all those fees and also determine what to sell your bundle for. So again, guys, thank you for being on here. Let's see if Shawn's on here so we can see if he's got any questions. We muted him. He was sitting in his car because he's in a hotel right now. So, no, he's not on here, but that's okay. Go ahead and you can go to my Facebook group again, facebook.com/groups/dealdiva, DEALDIVA. Ask more questions in there, and I will answer them. In the meantime, go over to bundlemasterclass.com/Mayo and snag your enrollment to Bundle Masterclass and all those cool bonuses. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for being on. Let me stop the screen share so I can say hi to y'all and bye to y'all. Let's check the chat one last time. I see a couple more questions in here. And again, my name is Barbara Drazga. It's all of my cat. Okay. So keep in mind when you invest in your business, you want to invest in something that has the potential to make you money back, which is why I showed you the numbers on bundles, as opposed to blowing $400 on a new purse or a pair of shoes that a lot of women do, or a big screen TV. You get your money back from taxes, and you go out and you buy something that is a depreciating asset and makes you no money. I believe in being a good steward of my money and investing in things that have a very high rate of return or potential to return money for me. So I don't look at $3.99 as, oh, it's $3.99, I can't afford it. I look at, okay, if I invest $3.99 in something, I'm going to work my butt off so that pardon my French, I'm going to work to implement the information right away. I'm going to get into the course right away, learn as much as I can right away, and implement right now so I can get my bundles, my first bundle, just my first bundle in 30 days into Amazon in order to make, now how many bundles do you need to sell? If you make $10 net and you want to recoup your cost for the course of $400, do the math, right? That's 40 bundles, 40 bundles. So you only need to sell 40 bundles to make back the investment of the course of $3.99. Did I do that right? Right? Yeah, 40 bundles. So that's only 10 bundles a week. That's 2 bundles a day. That's just 2 products a day. Can you sell 2 products a day? I'm pretty sure if you guys have been on Amazon even a little bit, that you can find a way to, I can help you get to the point where you're selling 2 of those bundles a day by optimizing your listing and doing your customer-centric research up front. At any rate, go ahead and go to bundlemasterclass.com/Mayo. Invest in your education. Let me help you learn bundling. Join us in the course and grab all those cool bonuses and the bundle swag. And I will see you guys later. If you have questions, see you in the Facebook group. Bye.